is the Bible?
Oh, good night, living. I already told you. I don't know. I just stepped out for just a minute, and then I came back and it was missing. That's why it was right there the whole time.
Last chance. Give me the Gutenberg Bible.
Oh, Lord, El Diablo's come for me. Look, okay, hold on. Oh, listen. Look, I've lived a good life, okay? I've done everything right. I don't have time to be trading in my guitar for no harm. Lord have mercy! Lord have mercy!
Fine. I'll find it myself.
No!
Welcome back to Not the Vibe. I'm your host, Eden Grimaldi. I've recently noticed a few things that are no longer the vibe. They are as follows. Ladies, doing your hair in beachy waves, wearing skinny jeans, or those chunky fuzzy boots. And finally, and most importantly, those hideous nails where every single nail is a different color. Not the vibe. And guys, don't think you're off the hook either. Plaid shirts, not the vibe.
Very interesting discovery in our little town of Hackenslash. In one of the last churches with its doors still open, a Gutenberg Bible was discovered. Johannes Gutenberg was the man who invented the printing press.
Okay, bye, Mom.
Hey, hold on there, Bernie. I made you breakfast. What sort of mother would I be if I let my little man start his first day on the job with an empty stomach?
Thanks, Mom, but I gotta get going. I have to be at the Daily Squire in 20 minutes. You know it's my dream to work there, and I want to make a good first impression.
I'll never understand why. I know your father loved it, but nobody reads that raggedy old newspaper anymore, especially since Al Gore invented the internet. God bless that handsome man.
Mom, I've told you 1,000 times. Working at the Daily Squire is important to me. Dad used to read that newspaper every morning before work. It would prepare him to take on each day. Remember what he used to tell us? Remember why you do what you do.
Well, one thing I remember about your father is he never skipped breakfast. Now eat.
It was found at Little Hope Church.
You know, honey, the newspaper is quaint and all, but I don't think it's too late for me to call one of my friends at the TV station. I think I could still get you a job there. In fact, I just was watching the morning report, and there's a cute little weather gal on there. She's about your age. I could be your wing mom. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Mom, no. Thank you for breakfast, but I really gotta get going. I was already up all night thinking of the perfect angle of what to do for the pastor and in front of the old church, and there's gonna be the auction today.
Honey, did you shave? Oh, look at my little man, all grown up, getting ready to join the workforce. Where has the time gone? Oh, did you take your meds?
Mom, of course I did. Are you even listening?
Yes. I'm listening. Honey, you're gonna do fine. And you know why? Because I taught you everything you know. Now give me that camera so I can take a picture of my little man making a name for himself.
Mom, no, I really gotta go.
Now I know I did not raise a disrespectful child. Now give me that camera.
Okay.
Okay, now,
Mom, you gotta take the lens cap off.
Okay. What? Oh, this?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, honey, you know I don't know how these things work.
Taught me everything I know, huh?
Oh, here it is. Okay, say go Knights.
Go night.
You're gonna pound your chest and bite your nails tonight. You're gonna try to act like you don't care at all this time. Ooh, you're gonna make some trouble now to give me something I can cry about before you try to get
Barney? You're running away? You got a fat girlfriend you're running away from, or what?
Well, good morning to you too, homeless you.
I'm just yanking your chain. Hey, I don't like that you call me that. But I'll let it slide for a couple bucks.
Well, I wish I could, but I think I forgot my wallet. And my bike lock. Oh, sorry, I'm in such a rush today. And hey, why are you on the side of town anyway? Aren't you usually harassing people at the bus stop at this time?
Yeah, but I'm actually on my way to that auction, you know. It's I hear there's a lot of unsuspecting fat cats over there, and their deep pockets are calling my name. And you know what I always say, new faces, new suckers.
You're so weird, homeless you.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Barney O'Rourke, reporting for duty, sir.
Good to see you, Barney. Take a seat. I just finished looking through your portfolio, and I gotta say it looks pretty good. But let me tell you, kid, we need one incredible shot tomorrow if we're gonna sell any papers. Everyone in this town is so glued to their TV sets, and our sales have been steadily declining. With that night watch news reporting by the hour, we'd be lucky if anyone even picked up our paper to read it on the toilet. They're gonna put us out of business if we're not careful.
Don't you worry, sir. I'm gonna get the perfect picture for tomorrow. I have my new lens, and I've already been thinking of vantage points. So when I'm at the church, I was thinking of maybe getting the steeple in the background. I'm just gonna focus my lens maybe to 3.5.
Barney, I'm glad you're excited. But let me be clear. If tomorrow's edition doesn't sell out, I'm not sure if I can bring you on staff. Finding talent in this town is hard enough. Even my own family betrayed me for that uppity TV station.
Don't you worry, sir. I'm gonna get the perfect picture for tomorrow. We're gonna put the Daily Squire back on the map.
Oh, you have a real Squire spirit, son. Hey, follow me. I want to show you something.
Yeah. Whoa! What is this?
This here is our bread and butter. A genuine, one-of-a-kind Gutenberg printing press. Like from the olden days. Been in this town since its inception, and it's the only thing we've ever used to print our papers with. I don't have a single piece of modern technology in this distribution center, and I never will. There's no need with this old gal.
You print actual papers on this?
Of course. You do know what a Gutenberg printing press is, don't you, Barney?
No.
No. Well, a long time ago, around 1440, a man named Johannes Gutenberg invented this. It was the world's very first automated system for printing, and he used it to print Bibles. But it could be used for textbooks, literature, newspapers, you name it.
So you actually use this old printing press every day?
Yes, and we use it because of what it represents. Johannes Gutenberg invented this printing press to make Bibles because he knew the thing the world needed most was the Word of God and access to the truth. And that's exactly what we do here at the Daily Squire. Just as a squire helps a knight prepare for battle, we prepare our readers to face each day equipped with the unadulterated truth. So, she may be old and giant, she's not going anywhere.
That's cool and all, Mr. Blackburn, but wouldn't it take forever to print every single paper on this?
No, you're just like the rest of the people in this town that can't seem to understand that the most important things in life take time, like Supreme Court justice hearings or securing our rights under the Constitution.
Right. But don't you worry, sir. I'm gonna get the perfect front page picture for you. And I'll bring you what I have tonight.
Attaboy, Barney. Yes. Let's go show KWN how real news is reported.
Yeah.
And that's how farmers are getting lactose intolerant calves to drink oat milk. We'll see you back here at noon.
And cut.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much. Jacob, I hope you took notes because that's the last time I do a farming segment to show a newbie how it's done. Now gather around, everyone. Today is a big news day, as you're all very well aware. We have the live auction at the local church, and that means I want coverage of it from all sides, including interviews with the auctioneer, the bitters, and live updates throughout the day. Of course, we want to kill it in the ratings, but most importantly, we want to crush that pitiful newsstand and show them who's boss around here.
Nobody's better than you, Mrs. McCall.
Tell me something I don't know.
Yeah, you go, Matilda.
Who said that?
It was me.
It's Mrs. McCall. It's not Matilda.
Okay.
You're fired. Get back to work, everyone. Pamela, give me a rundown on the field crew.
Yes, ma'am. At 11, we have an interview with Luis Vargas, the pastor at the church where they found the Gutenberg Bible. And then at noon, we have B-roll of that Bible. It's the highlight of the auction. We figured interest in that would be high, whereas interest in the pastor in the church would be minimal at best.
Well, I'd rather not bring any attention to this ridiculous institution, but if people want to see the Bible, then we'll show them the Bible. Slated live broadcast for 1 p.m. Yes, ma'am.
Actually, Mrs. McCall, may I interject very quickly?
Who are you? Is this a new weather girl? Where's the other weather girl? She was so cute and you have what we call in the biz a face for radio drama. No offense. Someone get the other weather girl back in here. Stat. On it.
Oh, no, I'm not the new weather girl. My name is Lila Hoffland. I'm the forensic pathologist hosting the new true crime show. You wanted to target the housewife demographic in the daytime block? Do you remember murder shows and comfy clothes?
So you're dressed like this because you're completely unprofessional or because you want to relate to the hundreds of depressed housewives who will be watching your program from their overly stuffed sectional sofas?
You wanted me to wear this, ma'am. I mean, I'm sorry, Mrs. McCall, I didn't mean to offend you. I just wanted to point out that the time you slotted for the live broadcast of the auction is during the same time of our time slot.
Okay. Lila, darling, let me tell you something that will help you out massively in the business. I'm the boss. You are not. Do you think I became president of KWN News by demanding that my higher-ups give me more airtime? No. I crawled my way up the ladder. I didn't stop. And I won't stop until KWN News is the only place people turn to find out what's going on in the world, how to process what's going on, and what to do with that information. We control the narrative, and I call the shots. And when the former disgraced president of KWN News was caught having inappropriate relationships with a female intern during my nightly broadcast, well, I was the obvious choice to take his place. Not to mention, I should be rewarded for exposing the evil that exists in this town, the likes of which we haven't seen since Harvey Weinstein, Larry Nassar, and Bill O'Reilly. So let me boil it down for you. I love giving women a platform on this network, but don't test the waters, because I'm not afraid to bite.
Rough first day, huh?
Oh my gosh, you're Eden Grimaldi from Not the Vibe. That's my favorite podcast. I love all advice and comedy podcasts, and I listen to yours all the time. Well, not when I'm listening to my true crime podcast, of course. You know, that's more my vein, being a forensic pathologist and all.
Oh, I know. I'm very familiar with you, believe it or not. I try to keep up with all the latest talent around here to see who's chill and who's not, to see who I should collab with. Wait, oh my gosh, that would be such a cool new segment. Who's chill and who's not? Stuff like that. Anyways, I'm looking forward to your new show, but murder shows in comfy clothes? Really?
Yeah, not my first choice for the name. Or the clothes. What are you doing here anyways?
Oh, I'm just here to promote the podcast. I'll tell you what though, this place is totally not the vibe. I really want to do an episode exposing the agenda that corporate jerks like McCall force on the public.
Isn't that a little hypocritical coming onto her show to talk about something like that?
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer, right? Hey, let's go grab some coffee and get to know each other.
I don't think I can. I mean, look at how I'm dressed. Besides, my show is supposed to...
It was supposed to premiere today, but I heard her cancel it. Looks like you got the day off. Plus, I set the trends in this town. If people see you wearing pajamas and hanging out with me, then before long, all of Hack and Slash will be wearing slippers to work, and you'll be the one to thank.
Okay, if you say so.
That's more like it. Let's go.
Hey Blaine, babe, do you think you could put the book away for just a second? You've been reading that thing for like 2 hours.
Okay. What? What do you have to say?
I don't have to say anything. I just think it would be nice if you could pay a little attention to me. Or at least pretend to.
Okay. I'm pretending. Now what?
Well, for starters, do you notice anything different about me? Seriously? Nothing? I just spent 6 hours at the hair salon, so I would look good for this trip.
Did I ever tell you how about in 1863, Professor Henry William Perkins accidentally invented the first permanent hair dye when trying to find treatment for malaria? It wasn't until chemistry
Professor August Wilhelm von Hoffmann adapted the science intended for creating hair dye. Yeah, I know. You tell me every time I go to the salon. Well, what about my lip gloss? I got it just for this trip.
Looks great.
Well, duh, I know it looks great. Now come here and let's give it a try.
Gigi, that's enough. We've been through this. I didn't agree for you to come on this trip so you could squawk in my ear all weekend long about how your lip gloss feels or how we should be married by now or how our kids will be the cutest little racially ambiguous looking thing since... Who was it again?
Rami Malek. Because, I look so exotic.
Okay, Rami Malek. See, some things are important to you, and other things are important to me. But we had a deal. I'll go home with you for Thanksgiving, so you don't have to spend another year alone at the kids' table. But that's it. You're welcome to come with me to this auction, where I'll buy the most prestigious piece of history to ever grace my already super impressive collection of historical relics. But let's just try not to drive each other crazy along the way. Remember, when we get back home, we're going our separate ways.
Our separate ways? Blaine, what are you saying? You and I both know we're meant for each other. A girl doesn't spend 3 of her most breedable and fertile years with a guy if she doesn't think he's the one. I can hear my biological clock ticking louder and louder in my ear every single time I see one of my college friends post another baby announcement or engagement photo. Don't you love me? Even just a little bit?
I love your last name. I love that your family invented aglets. Those tiny little fasteners that go on the ends of hoodie drawstrings and shoelaces.
The Montclairs invented the decorative style agulette. Harvey Kennedy ripped us off in 1790 by creating those modern plastic aglets.
Exactly. Your family made clothing history with those. And I loved that you were my little piece of history that followed me around everywhere I went. It was cute for a while, but babe, I've matured. I've changed. And those aguillettes just don't cut it anymore. I mean, we are on Gutenberg Bible levels of history now.
What, so are you seriously breaking up with me right now?
Gigi, please. After Thanksgiving...
After Thanksgiving? You're seriously breaking up with me?
Don't make everything so dramatic.
Dramatic? How dare you? I can be dramatic. You're breaking up with me over a 600-year-old book, not even over a hotter girl with thicker thighs or a cuter nose. I will not be treated like this any longer, Blaine Burgerby. And if you cannot see what a national treasure I am, then we're through. Do you hear me? We're through. Hey, you, stop the car. I'm really doing it, Blaine. You'll never see me again. Fine. Have fun spending an absurd amount of money on a stupid book that they give away for free at Motel 6s.
I'm sorry, Gigi, but this is what's best for both of us.
Nobody breaks up with me, Blaine Burgerby. You're gonna be sorry for this.
What? Are you threatening me now?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what "you're gonna be sorry for this" means in this particular context.
Goodbye, Gigi. And by the way, Professor Henry William Perkins created the first synthesized hair dye. Ancient Egyptians were the first to invent the process. You'd know that if you ever actually paid attention to me.
Oh yeah? Well, Rami Malek was Egyptian, and you didn't know that!
Excuse me, sir. My name's Barney O'Rourke. I'm taking pictures for the event for today. Are you the pastor of this church?
Good heavens, no. Surely a sinner like me could never step foot in such holy ground. I'm surprised I haven't burst into flames just standing this close. What's the matter with you, boy?
Someone stole my bike, and I had to run 4 miles just to get here in time for the event. If you're not the pastor, are you Mayor Kennedy?
Absolutely not. What makes you think that I, out of all people, am the mayor of this town?
I don't know. I guess when I picture a mayor, I assume he looks something kind of like Colonel Mustard or the Monopoly Man.
No. Actually, the pastor of this church and the mayor off with the press, really juicing up this spectacle for all it's got. My name's Leon. Leon DeGrassi Mayfield, local museum curator extraordinaire. You've probably heard of me.
Leon DeGrassi Mayfield. I do know who you are. I wrote my school paper on you last spring after you acquired the entire collection of old master paintings owned by legendary art connoisseur Harrison Bismarck.
At your service.
No thanks. I wrote my paper about the horrible rumors that led to how you got your hands on those art pieces. Rumor has it that you arranged Mr. Bismarck's death so you could collect the most renowned exhibit in all 50 states, excluding New York, of course.
I arranged a private sale, and that's it. The tragedy that occurred shortly after our exchange was pretty incidental. Police investigations never found any foul play in our interaction. Besides, that half-witted fool got what he deserved. And anyone who knew him would say the same. I can account exactly what happened between us, and I can assure you that none of it was untoward. You see, don't get me wrong, Harrison Bismarck was charismatic and charming, but just like everyone else, he had his flaws. And if you look closely enough, you can see right through his masquerade.
Ah, child.
Bismarck, presume?
You need not presume any longer.
Come on, follow me.
Let's get this over with. I call this final piece humor and satire, vice and virtue.
Stupid name.
One last thing. My entire collection will be on display here at the Hack and Slash Museum for the remainder of the week. Now, any questions?
Mr. Bismarck, Pamela Patterson, KWN.
Ooh.
I'd love to interview you tonight on our program. I know our viewers would love to see more about your collection.
That's all for today. You can ask your questions tomorrow at the panel that Mr. Bismarck is hosting here at the museum. It's called TikTok Dances, a degradation of society or Gen Z's contribution to contemporary art. I must thank you for agreeing to this art exhibition. Our museum doesn't normally see this level of prestige.
See that? That right there is your problem, isn't it, Leon?
Excuse me?
Museum is supposed to be a sanctuary for the arts, a breeding ground for inspiration, contemplation, and I suppose the unbridled love for the color brown. And Leon, you've got it all
Wrong. I mean, you're the curator here. You're supposed to be nurturing an environment where people can come in, put in their headphones, and just walk around aimlessly amidst a sea of rubbish that's been repurposed for spectating. It's like a glorified landfill. Yeah, that's what a museum is. But you know what this place is? It's a monastery, full of monks who go home and binge watch Netflix on their 75-inch television sets and then order Grubhub on their smartphones. It doesn't make any sense. It's just... Do you know what I saw the first thing when I walked in the front doors? What? A group of third graders hanging up their papier-mâché hot air balloons right next to your 16th century knight in shining armor. It was such a catastrophe. It was so bad I almost passed out. I came this close. So why have you chosen that to be the first thing that you see when you walk in these front doors?
The kids down at Hackenslash Elementary, they brought those balloons as a gift. I thought they were cute, but I could see how.
I bet you do. Leon, just stop while you still have your dignity. You're going to need it. I got a call last week and they want me for your museum curator position around here. And I'm going to take it. My pieces will finally have a permanent fixture in this museum, of all places. But you know what? Once they announce the transition next week, I will be the apple of Hackenslash's eye. Did you not see me with the media a moment ago? They can't get enough.
Well, no, you don't, Harrison. I've worked my whole life to get here. I went to school for years. I've never had one complaint. They just can't give that away. I don't see why.
Leon, baby. It's over. It's all over. Now don't cry, everything's gonna be all right. And I can always sell you one of my luxurious paintings. Be a present from me, at a discounted price, of course. What do you say? I mean, you can take it to whatever next employment is, especially if it comes to one of your little pawn shops.
I actually would. Why don't you follow me to our Ancient Civilizations exhibit? We can write up the sale there.
See, they named an exhibit after you, finally.
And that was the last time Harrison Bismarck was seen alive. Police never found out who stuffed him into that sarcophagus. He was found having been stabbed to death.
But you know what I think?
What?
I think you did it. And I'm not the only one. It's awfully suspicious that his sudden death happened at the same time as a sale that would have left the Hackenslash Museum with his entire art collection. And there's another rumor that your job was going to be his, making his death awfully convenient for you. So you kept your job, you got all of his artwork, and you had your 15 minutes of fame. And you were the only person that had full access to the museum at the time of his death. So it all points back to you.
The final police report deemed it a sudden and unexplained death. I find it particularly how he found his way into a sarcophagus too. But Harrison Bismarck had many enemies. He was a con artist, and he was a liar. And we found out his entire collection was a fake about a month later. That's why I'm here today, at this auction, to acquire some real history for my museum. So what about you? Are you here to outbid me for the goods, or are you here to slander my good name?
Oh no, I could never afford anything here. I'm just here to cover for the paper. But I still don't get why people want to auction off some old church stuff anyway.
Of course you don't know. Figures a child like you would be so ignorant. Today's featured item is an ultra-rare, perfectly preserved Gutenberg Bible. A discovery this phenomenal is absolutely unheard of.
Wait, a Gutenberg Bible? Like something that would actually be made on a Gutenberg printing press?
Precisely. And when this auction is over, and I'm presented with that Bible, be sure to get my good side for your school newspaper.
And we're live in 3, 2.
Good morning, Hackenslash, and welcome back to Night Watch News, where we tell you all you need to know. This is Pamela Patterson, and we're coming to you from Little Hope Church, where the famed Gutenberg Bible was found and will now be auctioned off to one fortunate bidder. People have come from near and far to see if they can take it home with them today. And some of the faces you may be familiar with. Let's meet some of the important people of today's event.
I am a Hackenslash native, yes, and that's why I know better than anyone that this town needs a facelift. They need someone young and cool in charge, not those dusty old coots they currently have on the council. And if you agree, just remember, never let the old linger. Vote for Gretzinger.
Tristan Gretzinger, your stereotypical entitled one percenter. He's a candidate running for city council. Nobody knows why he sounds like Hugh Grant, but one thing is for sure, you can never trust a power-hungry man with a mustache.
So there I was, just enjoying my Hawaiian street rolls, with a little bit of hummus, mind you, when I started thinking, how do the Hawaiians do this? Complete harmony and balance with all that flora and fauna, you know? And then their dependence on paper is minimal. And so I thought, we need to lessen our dependence on paper. So I ran down to the library and started shredding books. And then there it was, just shining like the noonday sun.
Hilda Strode, the church's librarian and the one who actually found the Gutenberg Bible. She's a quintessential elderly person with a story to tell, but then again, what can you really expect from a woman living in the church's basement?
Yes, I am the pastor here at Little Hope Church, and no, I don't find it inappropriate that I ferment my own wines. If you must ask, it's for communion juice, it's cost-saving over time, and it's a fun hobby. But you know what I do find inappropriate is the fact that anytime anybody wants to come to church and shows an interest in the Bible, it's for their own personal gain, and they do it without even cracking it open to see what's really inside.
Pastor Luis Vargas, minister at this dilapidated old church. It was his decision to auction off the Bible for gross amounts of money to keep this place afloat, so I hardly think he's a trustworthy authority on what a good person does with a Bible. Honestly, I don't trust him, and neither should you. After all, what good is a shepherd without any flock? Now remember, everybody, stay tuned to Night Watch News as we give you round-the-clock coverage of the auction. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. Don't go anywhere now.
And we're clear.
Ooh, somebody was in a foul mood when they wrote those lines. Take 5, everybody, while I get the paperwork I need. All right, everyone, I'm gonna need everybody to sign a media release form. It's just a KWN saying that you giving us permission that we can run your likeness over the next couple days. You know, this is a really big thing that's happening in Hack and Slash, and we want total coverage.
Thank you, Madam. You know, I'm very excited for this opportunity because my campaign needs to pick up some momentum, and as you might imagine, television is the quickest way to...
Sir, we don't need yours. We actually really just needed the church folk.
Oh, okay, but I'm a bidder today, so wouldn't you want your viewers to know who might take home the rare Gutenberg Bible?
Well, you're very sweet, but no, we are just looking for the important people for today's highlight. And what I can do for you, though, is when we cover the campaign, I will be sure to say that you showed up with real enthusiasm for community affairs. By now. Thank you.
Well, you know, Mrs. Patterson, I just have to tell you, I'm at that age now where I'm losing a lot of friends, whether through death or they just move away. As a matter of fact, one of my friends ran off with my ex-husband to Puerto Vallarta. I just kind of had to cut them off, you know? Yeah, I'm gonna be vulnerable with you. The reason I'm at this church for so long is because of this man right here, Brother Luis Vargas. He's so knowledgeable, has such wisdom. As a matter of fact, one time he told me, true love never dies, and grief is just love with no place left to go. You know, I think you should do a full 1-hour interview with him, you know, like Diane Sawyer. Oh, I just know everybody would watch.
Hilda, I appreciate the sentiment, really I do, but these media people want nothing to do with a man of God like me. In fact, the only reason they're talking to us now is because of your find. It's the hottest topic in town. Miss Patterson, do you know how many times this church has requested your news station to do a promotion for us? I mean, we have a clothing drive, Easter Sunday, even our soup kitchen, and you guys deny every single one of them. And you guys come over here and you guys want to act like your views are aligned with the church, and it's not. And you know what? I'm not going to do the interview, and that's final.
Oh, Pastor, please wait.
No, that's enough. I have a sermon to write for tomorrow, and I have precious little time to do it today.
Really? For the 4 people that are going to show up tonight?
Hey, I attend church here. I play the organ.
I can tell.
You know what? I'm going to ask nicely, but I'm only going to ask you once. Stay away from us, the people of my church. This is your only warning.
Well, Look what you've done! And I thought you were my friend. I even told you about all my dead friends. I cannot believe this.
So, no interview for me then?
Sweet cheese and crackers, you startled me. What about an interview?
My name is Dahlia Arswin, and I go to church here. I know a lot about Pastor Luis and Hilda, things that I think your viewers would like to know, and I'd like to be interviewed by KWN.
Well, that's a lovely offer, but I am afraid that I have a booked tight schedule today.
Are you sure? I used to do the announcements at my high school in the morning program, and I know them all by heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of
You
the
are
United
very
States of
sweet,
America.
but I'm sorry. We actually have all of the coverage that we need for today. So you enjoy the sunshine for the rest of the day, and you can just perk right up. Thanks.
Excuse me, miss. What is this I hear about you knowing things about Pastor Luis and his female comrade?
Why do you care what I have to say? Nobody cares about me. Not even my father.
Oh. Odd bit of information to just throw out there, but you see, I am very interested. I'm running for a seat on city council, and I hear that my opponent actually attends this church, so as you might imagine, I'm very interested in any compromising information about this establishment or the people who go here. Your information is compromising, isn't it?
Espionage works up my appetite. I'm craving a jelly-filled donut. Come with me.
So, tell me again how a highly educated, legit forensic pathologist like yourself got scammed into be the host of some soapy true crime dramatization show on the local news channel.
Well, for starters, I have extreme student debt, and I needed something to pay the bills. Do you know how long it takes to become a forensic pathologist? 13 years.
What? 13 years just to look at a dead body and tell a scissors how it died?
Pretty much. And you'd be just as surprised to find out as I was that no one is rushing to LinkedIn to find their next forensic pathologist. I have a cousin who worked just as long to become a radiologist and could never find a job, so I consider myself lucky to have landed the gig at KWN.
Lila, do you hear yourself? Girl, you are a superstar and you have the degree to back it up. You could be like the next Dr. Drew or Dr. Oz or Ken Jeong or something. You shouldn't settle. You need to get out there and get what you want.
But that's just it. I don't know what I want. And it's pretty funny because everyone in this town knows exactly what they want, and it's all the same thing, that Gutenberg Bible.
And you don't want the Bible?
I guess. It's pretty valuable, but I can never hang with those people at that auction.
I think you should try. Why not?
Sorry?
I think you should try and bid on the Bible. Take a chance.
I don't have anywhere near as much money it would take to win that auction.
I know those people are paying you something to be on TV. Get together what you can, go down there, and take a chance. Bet on yourself every once in a while. That is, if you want it.
I mean, I guess I could give it a shot.
No harm, no foul. And when you win, I'll have you on Not the Vibe to tell us all how you killed the vibe of those rich folks and created your own vibe using science.
And I will take 2 of the cake donuts and that maple bacon. Let's see.
That's quite enough sweets already, don't you think? Maybe we can go and have a seat while you enjoy all of this sugar.
Do you still have the powder cream filled?
Well, my mom used to bring me to this donut shop when I was a little girl, and she would talk to me about my dad and how he left us when I was 7. One time she cried so hard into her coffee that when I took a sip, I could taste her tears. Ever since then, I have to put a spoonful of salt into my coffee so I can feel close to her again.
Are you serious? So you and your mother don't talk anymore then?
No, she died. In that corner, actually. She was holding a powder cream filled. The donuts helped with the emotional pain, but she had hypothyroidism and she was morbidly obese.
Oh my god.
Here you are, ma'am. Anything for you, sir?
Yes. 1 hot coffee with a little bit of cream and salt. I mean, sugar, not salt. Sugar.
You're missing out.
Look, let's get focused. Why don't we sit down and have a chat? You can tell me all that hot gossip you have on that dusty old church and its members.
Nah, not so fast. What's in it for me?
What's in it for you? What do you mean, what's in it for you?
I'm not about to give up all this hot goss that I've got for free. Do I look like toilet paper? You can't just use me to get out of a sticky situation and throw me away.
You were just about to give it all away for free to that television station.
Not for free. I want to be a star, but since they don't want me, I'm gonna have to find another way.
Well, that television station doesn't want me either, so this has been a complete waste of time. I can't help you there.
I don't know. I think that if we work together, then we could stir up some excitement.
Come again?
I want to be your campaign partner. Make me your campaign partner in your run for city council, and I'll tell you everything that I know about the church. Things that'll make the people of Hagenslash's blood curdle.
Are you insane? This is a local city council election we're talking about, not Olympic figure skating.
Exactly. You want to get into politics, you gotta fight dirty.
Okay, even if I wanted to do that, there's only one seat open on the council. I can't have a running mate.
Well, I don't want the position. I just want the glory. So I'll be the face, and you'll push your agenda from behind the scenes. Like, I'm Joe Biden, and you're Kamala Harris.
Are you sure that the intel you have can win us this election?
Look, I am a strong, independent, sensual woman, and you've got fancy clothes. So who wouldn't want to vote for us?
Look, I can't even begin to explain the levels of creeped out you make me, but I have to win this election, so you have a deal. Oh, shove off, what are you doing?
Oh, we were having a moment. You didn't feel it?
Good heavens, no! Look, let's try to stay focused and start off by getting ourselves that Gutenberg Bible. What do you say? Partner?
Partners it is.
Hello? Is anybody home? Is it on? I'm on? Okay. Right. Hello, everybody. I am Mayor Chentati, your honorable commander of this wonderful, wonderful city of Hagenslash. Welcome. You're so welcome to be here on this very, very special day. And you will not be disappointed. I promise you. Now, I want to say something right now to the camera there. Look, right there. That's Night Watch News. Hello, Mom. Hi, Mom. I love you, Mom. I do with all my heart. And I'm coming home for dinner again tonight. Again. Yes. Okay. Night Watch News. You all know the slogan. Come on.
Where we tell you all you need to know.
Good. We have to get down to business. As you all know, the seller has opted for what we call this two-step auction. Let me explain the rules. In step one, bidders will be asked to submit their best offer in a sealed envelope. Those bids will be placed in a box right here. And the box, you see right here, once all bids have been reviewed by the seller, who in this case is Pastor Lewis, he will invite 5 bidders to participate in a live auction facilitated by a professional auctioneer. From there, the highest bidder will be allowed to purchase today's highly coveted Gutenberg Bible. Ooh. I'm sorry, Pastor Luis. I don't mean to promote covetousness in the church. All right. Whatever. You understand the rules. Now, Let the bidding start. Come on, start the bidding. Let's go. Do it.
Thank you so much for your time here today, Mayor.
Thank you, Pamela. You know what they say. Media, politicians, we have to have each other's backs in order to get anything done around here.
Excuse me. So sorry to interrupt. Mayor Tinnity, I'm Barney O'Rourke with the Daily Squire. I wanted to say thank you so much for the opportunity to take pictures today for the front page of the paper.
You know, Blackburn has told me about you. You're the one that's come to be the replacement for the one that left. I want you to know, he's very happy to have you.
I'm sorry, I'm not following. What replacement?
You see, Pamela here, she left her father flat, and now she works for KWN as a news anchor, and it was kind of cutthroat.
Oh, she knows I'm kidding.
Why don't I let you two talk to each other, get to know each other? But I want to give you a piece of advice, Barney. Don't ever ask for permission as the press. Just go where the story takes you.
You're Mr. Blackburn's daughter, but your last name is Patterson.
Not that it's any of your business, but yes, he's my father. We're just not on speaking terms right now. I changed my last name for business reasons, and that's all I want to say about it.
But I hope you realize Mr. Blackburn is struggling by himself. He's barely making it, and you being the #1 anchor at KWN, and you're just gonna leave him high and dry?
Barney, you have a lot to learn about this industry, so I'm gonna give you a few tips. 1, don't stick your nose in other people's business, especially mine. 2, don't rely on my father too much. He will run you ragged and still ask the world of you. There's a reason they call him Blackburn. He's fooled a lot of people with his act, but not me. Not anymore. Listen, I've gotta go. The news doesn't wait for anybody. Cute camera, by the way.
All right, it looks like we have the results of step 1. The following individuals are invited to join Pastor Luis inside the church for step 2, which will be the live auction. Is everyone ready? The 5 bidders invited to the live auction are Leon DeGrassi Mayfield and his hat, Lila Hoffland, Blaine Burgerby, Tristan Gressinger,
And company. Company being me, Dahlia Arslan.
and finally, the final bidder joining these for the live auction for the famed Gutenberg Bible is Gigi Montclair.
What?
That's right. You numpties aren't the only ones with money to blow on a dusty old textbook.
How did you get here?
Oh, what a great question, Blaine. I'm sure everyone here would love to know how I made my way back to civilization after my complete ignoramus of an ex-boyfriend left me to die in the middle of nowhere.
Gigi, you're making a scene. Can we talk about this privately, please?
There you go again, always accusing me of making a scene and being dramatic when all I've ever tried to do is be good to you, Blaine Burgerby.
That is not true. You see, she's really quite a terror.
This filthy excuse of a person actually defied all expectations and was a complete gentleman as he brought me back into town on his wee-hoo bicycle.
Wait, that's my bicycle. You stole my bike. No, you can't prove that. I'll fight you for it.
Riding on the front of that bicycle made me feel like E.T., except I've never actually seen E.T., so I don't know how he makes a bicycle fly in the night sky like that, but what I do know is that I've never felt as protected and majestic as I did under the care of a real man.
That's right, you heard the lady. I'm her new man.
That's not what I said.
You want to see who's the real man around here? Huh? Then let's settle this like real men.
Oh, we got one right here.
Order in the court! I now need the 5 bidders inside the church immediately. As for the rest of you, you're dismissed. Goodbye. Oh, yes. 1 member of each media is allowed to be present for the next portion of the auction, and I choose Pamela Patterson. I also choose Barney O'Rourke. Thank you.
Oh, everybody, please make sure you take a pocket-sized Bible, complimentary of the hospitality and evangelism of the church, which I am the department head of.
I don't want to.
Excuse me, Mayor. I think there has to have been a mistake. I don't know how I could have been in this auction because
Ask the judge.
What?
I don't know what I'm saying. I said, ask the judge.
Listen to me. My responsibilities are coming to an end as far as this event is concerned. I'm heading out. But frankly, I want you to know that you ruined my vibe out there. I had them in stitches. The crowd was in stitches. But you guys, you made it all about yourselves. You guys are a disgrace. I need you to know that.
Okay, I have a question. How many of you went to college? Well, the reason I'm asking, the Because I started thinking about college kids the other day and how hard they work. All those essays they have to write, all these complicated ideas and things they have to come up, all while trying to sound smart and being an adult. That's just wrong. People just need to be themselves. That's how we all get through life. And out there, I think you guys expressed yourself.
Yep.
And I think that's okay. Matter of fact, I think that's just plain all right. You know what, Pastor Luis? I think we need to sell this Bible.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Wait, what's going on here? You're a pastor all of a sudden?
Excuse me?
Just 5 minutes ago, you smelled like a rotten tuna fish sandwich, and now you're clean shaven and wearing penny loafers? What? I demand an answer.
You're the young lady that came here with Hugh, right? Yeah, so he's my twin.
Hi, sweet cheeks.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You, the town drunk, are twin brothers with the pastor of this church?
And I'm Mother's favorite. Nobody believes that for a second, Hugh.
Okay, so Huey, Louie, and what's next? A triplet named Dewey?
Wait, how do you know about Dewey? All right, all right. Now that we got that sorted, everyone, step 2 of the live auction is actually going to be facilitated by a professional auctioneer. And here to do the job is Ralph Derbyshire. Sorry, I was expecting applause there. Thought we had some momentum going. But anyways, Ralph, do you want to explain how this next part's going to go?
Well, welcome one and all. I'm just pleased as a peach to let you guys know that you are coming into the thrill and the rush of the world of live auctions. I just want to give you a little bit of a taste of what you might be in store for, so listen very carefully. $1 bill now, $2 bill now, $3 bill now, $4, and sold to Mr. Peanut over there in the second row.
Peanut.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I meant no offense. I mean, most people just enjoy the cadence of the auctioneer's chant a bit more.
Cuts the chase. Let's spend some money.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, but first, is it all right if we take a 5-minute bathroom break? Because I've been holding it outside all day. And I really gotta go.
Well, okay. I think we can accommodate that. But at this point in the auction's proceedings, it would be vastly inappropriate to have any of the bidders interacting with one another or with the sellers. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have each one of you spread out all over this beautiful little building just to make sure you don't have any communication and we can make sure that this is done properly. I'll be coming around and letting you go to the bathroom one at a time if that suits you. Ma'am, come this way. I'm gonna have you split off on the left-hand side over here. I'm sorry, my left, your right. Sir, I'm gonna have you also go down this hallway, 4th door. And you, sir, I'm gonna have you stand right back there just so I can keep an eye on you. That's great. Now remember, no communication of any kind. That includes using social media, no Morse code, and no American Sign Language. Ugh.
Perfect. Now I just need one good shot of the Bible, a solid interview for the story. Yes, tomorrow's paper is guaranteed to sell out. Hello? Who's there? Okay, seriously, this is not funny. What is going on? Hey, wait! Is this some kind of sick joke? Because I'm not laughing. What, are you threatening me now? I'm not scared of some dude in a costume.
Oh! Hey, watch where you're going, man. What do you think you're doing? Oh, I see what this is about, huh? You're ready to fight me for that bike, huh? Well, put him up, because that baby's all mine.
No. I don't care about that right now. Did you see someone run past you just now?
What? No, of course I haven't seen anybody. That's the whole point of being split up. We're not supposed to be talking either. Man, you don't listen to nothing, huh? You're just the punk. What are you looking at, man? Look at me when I'm talking to you.
Bye.